Yeah, we are going to have a look about GST, goods and service tax. This GST comes under the indirect tax, and another one is a direct tax. We have a two kind of practice in India, that is direct tax and indirect tax. The direct tax means it imposed on the person. It's an income tax, and directly they are paying the tax to the government. In indirect tax, the tax is imposed on goods and services. The tax is paid by the third party. For example, if you are getting service from the service provider, we are paying the tax to the service provider, that service provider is paying the tax to the government. So that is called the indirect tax. In indirect tax, they leave the tax by the two way. One is a central government tax and another was a state government tax. In central government tax, excise duty, central sales tax, service tax and customs duty. In a state government, they are collecting the tax by VAT, that is a value added tax, and the entertainment tax, entry tax and the luxury tax. So these are the taxes were being collected by the governments. The all has been cumulated and named it as a goods and service tax, that is called the GST. In this GST, there are many changes in the provisions of state government and central government. The central government has been collecting the tax in the name of CGST. The state government collecting the tax in the name of SGST. The expert says it avoid the cascading effect. That means tax on tax, and it avoid the black money flow. First of all, we should know what is the black money. The money which is not paid the tax, that is called the black money. Here, after the GST, the invoice bill is must. When the manufacturer produces the product, he has to raise the bill to the wholesaler. The wholesaler has to raise the bill to the retailer. The retailer has to raise the bill to the consumer. So, avoiding the bill is not possible after the GST. So, the black money flow would be decrease. The one India, one market concept is only possible after the GST, because before that the value added tax, that is a VAT, is differ from the state to state. After this GST, every goods which is buying from the India is an equivalent MRP. And another one is easy to filing the returns. Here before, the businessman has to file the excess duty, sales tax and service tax and value added tax, many procedures they have to follow. When it is cumulative to become a GST, it is very easy to file. The time limit of the GST is every 10th day of following month you have to file the returns, and every 20th day of following month have to pay the amount. That is called GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. GSTR 1 means at the time of filing the returns. GSTR 3B means at the time of paying the amount. The rate of GST is differ based on the items. It is 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. 5% is for a common use items. 12% and 18% is for a standard goods and quality goods, and 28% is for luxury items. The GST is a very new one to the India. So the central government has commenced the GST Council, and the central government has issued the power and rights to the GST Council to take a major decisions. After commencing this GST Council, the many state has opposed them because the elaborate powers and rights which are given by the central government to the council has not mentioned properly. Hence, the many state has been opposed them. Finally, the one case, MOHIT Mineral Private Limited, based the directorate of GST Council. The case was filed before the Honorable High Court of Gujarat. After that, the directorate of GST Council has appealed before the Honorable Supreme Court. It was encouraged by the Honorable Supreme Court Justice Chandrasud. and he clearly mentioned that the India is a democratic country. The central and the state government has a equivalent power. If any body or individuals or organization or any other council set up by the central government is dominating the state government, which is completely violating the constitutional rights of the state government. So he clearly described the duty and responsibility of the GST Council. The GST Council only can give suggestions to the state and central government. It cannot take any decisions before consulting with the central and state governments. This judgment is once again proved that India is a democratic country. I would like to conclude this topic. There are many provisions out there to punish the person who's not paying the tax, not paying the penalty, interest, overdue, but nobody is taking initiations to aware the people. The philosopher says how the bee is taking a honey from the flower, the government has to collect the tax from the people. It should not burst. So the government has to take the appropriate actions to relaxing the people. Thank you.